Welcome to the Heckler Wall Mount MX for iPad Mini installation guide. You've just received your new Wall Mount MX for iPad Mini and now you want to install it on the wall. That's the perfect place for it. Let's walk through each step so you can easily and confidently install Wall Mount MX and provide your wall-mounted iPad Mini with constant power and data. This will be your one-stop shop for everything you need to know, from installation and troubleshooting to tips and tricks. Please refer to the timestamps in the description below to navigate to any specific section. I'll cover the most common installation method, installing Wall Mount MX to a gang box first. If you don't want to install a gang box in your wall and instead have your power cable in view on the outside of the wall, I'll show you how to do that as well. If that's you, you can skip to the section, Alternate Installation, Install Directly to Drywall. All right, let's get to it. In the box, you'll receive Wall Mount MX, all necessary installation hardware, which includes 4 screws for fastening the mount to a gang box, 2 drywall anchors and screws for fastening the mount directly to drywall, 2 assembly keys, and a Velcro strap for mounting a power adapter and for cable management, a USB-C right angle adapter, and if you purchase Wall Mount MX in a bundle, you'll receive the PoE Texas PoE Plus to USB-C adapter for power and data connectivity. Now before we get started, you're gonna need a few tools and parts. There will be a link in the description below for all tools and parts mentioned in this video. You will need a double gang box, bubble level, drywall saw, Phillips head screwdriver, we recommend a power screwdriver, the Apple USB-C cable that came with your iPad Mini, and of course an Ethernet cable. At least Cat 5e is required for PoE, however, we recommend using Cat 6 or better. Now, please be advised that the recommended installation provided in this video is a low voltage installation, and therefore a licensed electrician is not required. That stated, we are about to cut into our wall and there could be high voltage near our hole. So to be safe, we are going to shut off the power to this area at our breakers before we cut into the wall. If any of this does not sound like your idea of fun, please contact an electrician. Once you have everything out of the box, we will need to first remove the wall bracket and prepare Wall Mount MX to install iPad Mini. Fully disassemble the wall bracket by loosening but not completely removing the stud screw. Fully remove one side of the bracket and loosen the screws on the other 3 brackets. Before installing the iPad into the enclosure, we will first prepare the wall. For our install, we'll mount ours near a door, mounting it 9 inches on center away from the swinging door for safety. Of course, you can install Wall Mount MX wherever you like. Please note that the gang box location is off-centered with Wall Mount MX, so we'll use Wall Mount MX as our template to mark the gang box location. Place the Wall Mount MX on the wall where you would like it to be installed and mark the location of the 4 screws here, 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 and here. You don't need to be perfect here, as we intentionally made the slots in the wall bracket extra long so you have some play so you can precisely position your mount relative to the gang box. Place the gang box on the wall where you marked the 4 screw locations and trace around the gang box so you know where to cut. Once you are happy with the location, verify you have shut off the power at this location, grab your drywall saw, and carefully cut a hole for the gang box. Route your network cable through the gang box. Now you can place the gang box in the square you just cut and tighten the 2 screws on the top right and bottom left. These will deploy the plastic tabs that secure the gang box into place. Once your gang box is installed and the Ethernet cable routed and ready to go, it's time to install your power and networking adapter. We will be using the PoE Texas PoE Plus adapter for Wall Mount MX for iPad Mini. Connect your Ethernet cable to the Ethernet port on the left side of the adapter. This is a low voltage installation, allowing the PoE adapter to be placed neatly inside the gang box. You are welcome to use any adapter you like, but please refer to the manufacturer's instructions for safe installation. All right, grab your screwdriver, the 4 included wall bracket screws, and the wall bracket because it's time to install the wall bracket to the gang box. Place the wall bracket on top of the gang box and line it up with the 4 holes on the gang box. Remember that these slots here are designed so you can have some extra room to precisely place your Wall Mount MX. Screw in the 4 screws. With the wall bracket on the wall, we are now ready to install the iPad Mini into the enclosure. Slide the iPad from the side where the side bracket was removed. Slide underneath the rest of the 3 brackets. Tighten brackets into place with the included Allen key. Do not fully tighten the bracket on the iPad USB-C connector side. This will make it easier to install the USB-C right angle adapter into the iPad. Now, before you place the iPad Mini onto the wall, let's first connect the included right angle USB-C adapter to your Apple USB-C cable, and then connect it to the iPad Mini. Fully tighten the bracket. With the iPad Mini fully enclosed, connect the USB-C cable that came with your iPad Mini to the PoE Texas PoE Plus adapter. Take note that the left USB-C port will only deliver power in case you'd like to only use Wi-Fi. If you would like to take full advantage of the adapter and deliver both power and data to your iPad Mini, use the right USB-C connection. Now you can neatly wrap the USB-C cable and secure it with the included Velcro hoop and loop strap. Place the PoE Plus adapter with everything connected into the gang box and behind the wall bracket. With everything in place, we can finally hang the iPad on the wall. Hoop the top notch to the wall bracket and slide to the vertical position. Before securing the mount into place, let's make sure we have full power and data functionality. First, check for power by checking the battery icon at the top right corner. You should see the lightning bolt charging symbol. Once you verify that your iPad is receiving power, we can check the data connection. First, go into your settings and turn off Wi-Fi. We can also put the iPad into airplane mode so we don't receive any unwanted notifications. Open Control Center by dragging down from the top right and tap the airplane to turn it on, or go to Settings, then Airplane Mode, and turn it on there. If the Ethernet connection is working, you will see an option for Ethernet pop up under Settings right under the Wi-Fi option. This only becomes active once there is an Ethernet connection. For further confirmation, you can tap the Ethernet menu and verify that you have an IP address. It's also a good idea to test one of your apps at this step to ensure that they are receiving data. If power or data is not functioning properly, please refer to the troubleshooting section. Once power and data are working as intended, go ahead and fasten the set screw at the bottom of the Wall Mount MX. The ball head Allen key provided will allow you to screw at an angle if needed to not damage your walls. Tighten the set screw until your enclosure is snug. Be careful to not over tighten. Boom, done. You've officially installed the Heckler Wall Mount MX for iPad mini. Pretty easy, right? Thanks again, and either keep watching or refer to the timestamps in the description for info about battery health and management, tips and tricks, troubleshooting, and directions to install directly to Drywall. If you are not receiving power and or data, POB Texas recommends unplugging the USB-C connection from the adapter and reversing it. We know that battery health is a concern for our customers with devices such as the iPad mini being connected to a power source for a prolonged period of time. Apple understands that there are many use cases for the iPad that require constant power and have built in an iOS battery management feature into iOS 11.3 or later. This reduces the maximum capacity of the battery and adjusts the battery indicator to display the charge based on the adjusted maximum capacity. For example, your iPad will automatically decide to charge its battery to 80% of its capacity, and yet the battery indicator will show that the battery is completely full. This is normal functionality. Once your iPad is no longer connected to power, it will automatically revert to its typical charging behavior. Please be sure to store your adapters inside of a gang box and not directly inside the wall space to ensure your low voltage equipment does not interact with other objects inside of your walls. Once you have Wall Mount MX for iPad mini installed and set up just how you need for your home or business, the last thing you want is for your hard work to be undone. That's where guided access comes in. This keeps your iPad in a single app and allows you to control which features are available. On your iPad, go to Settings, then Accessibility, and scroll down to Guided Access. Turn this on and make sure to turn on Accessibility shortcut. This will allow you to triple click the top power button to turn on guided access. You must also set a guided access passcode. Click passcode settings, then set guided access passcode. You can use Face ID as your security method to disable guided access. Lastly, if you'd like your iPad screen to consistently remain on, make sure to click display auto lock and set this to never if you do not want your iPad to auto lock. You can also go into settings, then control center, and add guided access there if you would like to access guided access from the control center by dragging from the top right corner of your iPad. If you would like to keep your iPad from auto-locking when guided access is not active, go to Settings, then Display and Brightness, and turn auto-lock to never. Use a wall anchor supplied to fasten the wall bracket to the drywall rather than a gang box. These are self-drilling anchors. Just make sure you are not screwing into a stud. Level the wall bracket and mark where you will be placing the wall anchors. Screw the wall anchors into the wall. Now, screw the wall bracket into the wall anchors with the included wall anchor screws. Take the fully enclosed iPad mini with a USB-C cable connected and place the mount onto the wall bracket. Make sure it is level and tighten the set screw. Plug in your Apple power supply into a normal outlet. Use Wi-Fi for your data.